Hello again, it's me, your guy who's doing codes, and we're doing the foundation. This is video 2. It's actually the third video watch because the introduction was its own video, but this is video 2 of actual codiness. And in the first video we did the header and I called them top actions and the navigation. And in this video we're going to be doing the column, the first column. All of these videos in this series follow the same layout because we're going to see how each of these frameworks deals with the same problems every time, and this is what we're doing right now. We're doing this first column, and let me move my highlighter to this column. This is what we're doing in this episode. So sit back, tune in, zone out, code up, let's do it. Okay, after we have our site name and our navigation, the next thing in our layout here, wireframe on the right, is to do the first column. So I'm going to make all the columns actually right now. Quickly, I'm going to make a new row. In Foundation, you don't have to put column and then a nested row, so it's quite nice. You just say row. In the first row, in the row, we're going to have 3 columns, right? And I could actually move this up for you guys. Column. So how many columns should this first row be in? It's going to be a little bit bigger than the other two. I think I will divide them like so. Column small dash 5. Oops, not 5e. Okay. And these other ones, column will be, the second one will be 4, and the third one will be 3. So they're going to add up to 12. 5 plus 4 plus 3, silly beans. Okay. And now I'm going to start using Jade's ability to do includes just to keep the code a little bit simpler. So I'm going to open my drawer and go into my includes folder, which is currently empty, and create a new file. This is going to be called call-1.jade. And then in my column, or in my code here, I'll write include. You won't believe how easy this is. Include. And then include what? Include folder, and then I want to include call-1. I don't even need to write .jade. Actually, let's do all 3 of them right here. So I'm going to do call2 and call3 as well. 3 as well. And then I'll duplicate and duplicate. Cool, I'm just going to move these other ones that were rendered too quickly for me to even rename to the trash. And now the reason that these other 2 are not quickly being rendered as well, because I already included them into that parent file. If a Jade file is being included into another file, it doesn't need to be rendered. So that's why we're not getting this include full of HTML documents. There's only going to be one HTML document. It's going to be the index.html. And that is because the index.jade is including all of the includes, all the other Jade documents. So that's what we got right there. Now, column 1, we're going to first look at the first article. So think of this as like a blog roll, and I'm going to call each of these units articles. And there's going to be a little bit of customizing we have to do, but it should go pretty smoothly. So I'll start with saying article. And I have a black box around this white text, which I know is not part of Foundation. So I'll just write, what's it, like an H4? Yeah, let's just say H4, and I'll write black box class, because I know Foundation doesn't do anything like that. And then the text is, can't read your language, man. Oh, look at this. Why is it offset? Oh, because I misspelled column here. I didn't put the last N on there. There you go. Now it's correct. It was being weird because it was just in a row, and it was like, there's nothing in here. But now, got to name these things right, guys. I got to name them right. So let's go into that black box right here. The styles and make a style called black box. And we'll say background black. Color white. We want to shore it up. It doesn't span across the whole way, so we'll say it's an inline block. Oops, say display inline block, and make the padding a little bit more palatable. The top and bottom is fine, so we'll say 0, and then we'll say 0.3 em. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now the next line is this kind of like a date line. It looks like maybe. I don't know. So it's going to be like a strong, and then the title is something like that, not ASDF. And there's a pipe, and then a muted. It looks like a date. Okay, so this, well, I didn't want this strong. So I'm going to make a new class as well, because I know that. So let me show you what Foundation has for type classes. And this is like, I did this last night, and that's why I'm kind of already familiar with this, but I don't want to skip this out for you guys. Okay, so the first thing they have are the headers. They got the headers down. They just kind of like made the different sizes, declared the sizes. The second thing they have is these things called subheaders, which are basically headers except for gray. So if you put a subheader class on a header, it won't be black, it will be grayed. And then this is interesting. If you put a small tag inside of a header, you're going to get like this kind of a subline, which is actually be pretty useful for what we're trying to do right now, except for this thing is not inside of a header. And they have to be inside of a header to get that. And then you have regular paragraph text, you have inline links, and then we go into lists, which are like just kind of default styles, nothing really intense. Block quotes, and then they have something called a V-card, which is, you can think of it as like a little module, like just for addresses and junk, I don't know. And that's kind of it. So remember, there was this one class that was really handy for this specific layout in Bootstrap called muted. So I'll put that class muted, and then I'll recreate it here. I really liked this class actually, and so I started incorporating it into the frameworks that I build for work. So all this does is just change the color to 999. So there you go, your changed colors. And I have no space between this pipe, so again I want to put that extra space in the text. There we go. And now this, it's on the same line, and I want to have like a return, so I'll just put these guys in a div. Will this work? But I don't want them. That's what I want. Okay. So that looks perfect. And then I want an actual title of the article. And that will be, let's say an H3. Get some lorem in here. And then after that H3 title, there's going to be a paragraph of stuff. Get some more lorem in there. That's probably too long. That's good. Now I want to use the muted because you notice in the layout it's muted, so it's like a gray. It's not the all black. I don't know. Maybe is there some default colors in Foundation that I'm not familiar with? I see all these kind of like layout structures, but no, maybe it's in utility classes. Some of my favorite things are in like just utility classes. They're just like those weird ideas, you know, clear fixes, floats, rounds. Here's text aligns, and hide. That's it? That's all your utilities? Okay. Muted, and then after that I've got a grid again with like some icon and tags over there. So I'll make a small row, a regular row, I guess, column, and then it's going to be what is it? Small column. That's what I was thinking. So why did I say small row? Yeah, this will be like, let's say 4, and then we'll have another column that will be 6. And that will be for tags. So what I want here is an FI, I don't know, a folder maybe? I'm not sure what this thing is. No, I don't want it to be inside of the anchor. Or I'll just make it a span. That'll be fine. But I'll have to put that extra space in there. The next thing is going to be tags. So this could be one of the inline lists again. So UL, let me put a, yeah. UL.inline list, li, span, fi, I think it's like tag multiple. Dang it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to look these things up. Page copy, link, unlink, price tag. Price tag multiple is what I want. I don't like this one here. Price dash tag for a single, and then when you go into a multiple, it's price tag dash multiple. So it should be price dash tag dash multiple, but naming, whatever. That will be the first LI. The second one will be just the links, right? I'm just putting a link in front of all these little text bits, and then that should be good. Did it work? Kind of worked. Got a wrapping here. Maybe I need to be more aggressive with my grid. So let's make this an 8 and this a 2. No, a 4. Oh, it should have been an 8 and a 4. Yeah, that's what we wanted. And then I'll end it by just putting, I guess I should write in a column. Small dash 12, and then I want it to be an HR inside of there. Okay, so what I did is put like a row at the bottom of it. It's kind of far away, but whatever. And then that's it for that unit, okay? So the next ones will go a little bit faster because now I've created the pattern of these articles. So let's grab this article and let's replicate it down here. The difference is that now this black box is no longer so big. It's kind of like just regular, I guess. And it has this interesting thing inside of it. I love this word, web zone. And then inside of that is a strong, and then like some kind of code. ED, I can't reread it. Okay, about 3. There we go. Yeah, that's good. But then on the same line now, so I want to unwrap these guys and don't put them in a div and don't get them out of that black box. And then I want to also move it away. Yeah, that looks good. I think that's kind of what we wanted, right? It's a link actually in here. Yeah, that looks good. It's not, but it's not as strong. It's just a link. Okay. And then after that, we have, again, another title. I'll just change the lyrics. The lyrics. They're a bit longer this time, 2 lines. And then after that is what, just the article like it is here, and then yeah, that's pretty much the same. Let's go to the next one. This next one is going to have a photo element in it, which is really cool and really fun to do. The style of it, let's just copy the second one again. The second article, because it has similar features, or sorry, it has features more similar to the second one than the first. For example, the line up here with the date is on the same line instead of 2 lines down, but it's not in a black box. And actually the black box is just completely gone. So that's the difference. So is the strong. Except for this is a strong now. That's right. And then it's got a shorter title. And it's got a an image on top of everything. So image src equals. Now, last time I used place.it for my images, but I found a new favorite image image placeholder website. This is so great. It's called HTTP Phil Murray. And we can say 600 wide by like 250 tall. And we've got Bill Murray. Classic Bill Murray. If you put a G in front of the dimensions, you get a black and white version of Bill Murray. Ooh, so lovely. And he's got flowers in his beard. I like that one better anyway. Okay, so we've got our photo, and then again we got I want some margin between here. Okay, so I'll put the photo in a paragraph. How about that? That will give the margin below the photo so that the text is not cramming the top too much right there. And this is looking pretty good, It's going pretty smoothly. We only have one more article to do, and this is very similar to the third one, except for there is no photo in it. So let's copy the third one, paste, I'll remove the photo, and that's kind of just, it's got a little bit of a different, let's change up the lorem so we're not just repeating ourselves too much and causing an obviously bland layout. Well, that's too much. Cool. Looks good, guys. Okay, so this is the end of the whatever video we're on, and please check out the next video, because in the next video we're going to do this second column, and the second column is different than the other two for a few reasons. It has a lot of different kind of elements in it, like, well, you'll just have to go to the second video to figure that out then, won't ya? Huh.